We appreciate every single one of you. We'd love to know what part of the world you are watching from right now. Let us know in the comments. Now let's dive into today's story, Chapter 1. The box in the closet. Logan Mitchell wasn't snooping. He was cleaning. The baby shower was 2 weeks away, and Rachel had asked him to clear space in the guest bedroom closet for extra chairs. Easy enough. He moved the folded linens, slid a few unopened boxes of decor aside, and then his hand touched a soft, pale blue folder. Curious, he opened it. Inside was a neatly designed invitation template. Baby blue and gold font. Cartoon elephants and clouds. Join us in celebrating the arrival of baby Bennett, hosted by Rachel and Cole. The room went silent, like the air had dropped 10 degrees. Logan read it again, slower. Rachel and Cole. His name wasn't on it. He blinked, scanning the rest. Location, time, RSVP info. Nothing about him. Not even a mention. The door creaked behind him. Rachel peeked in, smiling. Everything okay, babe? Logan turned slowly, folding the invitation with care. Yeah, just moving stuff around. She walked in, kissed his cheek, then glanced at the pile in his hands. You didn't see the new shower template, did you? It's just a draft. My friend made a mistake with the names. I told her to fix it. Her smile was calm. Too calm. Logan smiled back. Yeah, that makes sense. But his mind was screaming. Rachel turned to leave, her voice trailing. I'll be in the kitchen. Want anything? No, I'm good, he said. As soon as she was gone, he reopened the folder. It wasn't a mistake. There were 10 printed copies. Why would she print 10 of a mistake? His heart thudded against his ribs. Not fast. Not panicked. Just steady. Cold. Was he raising another man's child? He sat down on the edge of the bed, staring at the name again. Cole. Who the hell was Cole? Hey, if you're still watching, that means you're enjoying the story. I have one small request. I'm trying to reach my first 1,000 subscribers. If you like stories like this, please hit the like button and subscribe to join the journey. It means a lot to me, and trust me, even better stories are coming. Now let's continue story. Logan wasn't a hot-headed man. That's why Rachel fell for him. Calm, steady, trustworthy. The guy who always listened, who didn't raise his voice, who brought flowers for no reason. But right now, he was a detective in his own home. That night, after Rachel fell asleep early complaining of back pain, Logan slipped into his office and powered up the second laptop she didn't know he still used. The one without synced accounts. The one where she couldn't see his browser history. He started with simple searches. Cole Bennett plus Denver plus real estate, Cole Bennett plus Rachel Mitchell plus LinkedIn, and there it was. Rachel had endorsed Cole Bennett's profile for client communication 6 months ago. He clicked deeper. Cole was a luxury property agent. Divorced. No kids. Active on Instagram. Every photo oozed ego. Watches, cigars, rooftop bars. And in the background of one of them, a woman. Zoom in. Rachel. Wearing the same white sundress she claimed she'd ruined with wine on a girl's day out. That photo was posted 2 months ago. Logan leaned back in his chair, silent. He clicked Rachel's calendar. Search messages. Something didn't add up. Her doctor visits were inconsistent. Her ultrasound appointment, one she said was emergency rescheduled, lined up exactly with a post from Cole about taking the day off for someone special. He exhaled slowly, then checked her text logs. One name stood out, delivery service frequent. Always short replies. Got it. Soon. Love you too. No courier used that tone. He stared at the screen, jaw clenched. He wasn't ready to explode. Not yet. He needed proof. He needed to know everything. Because one thing was now absolutely certain. This wasn't a one-time mistake. The next morning, Rachel was humming in the kitchen, eggs sizzling, butter melting, coffee brewing. It smelled like comfort, but it didn't feel like it. Logan entered, calm. Smells good. She turned, kissed him on the cheek. Thought I'd treat my baby daddy this morning. The words cut deeper than she knew. He forced a grin. Lucky me. Rachel turned back to the pan. I sent out the final baby shower invites yesterday. Should be a full house. Yeah, he said, sipping coffee. Was my mom on the list? Of course. She chuckled. And your boss too. Great. He watched her stir the eggs. Her posture was relaxed. She was either the best liar he'd ever met, or the guilt hadn't hit her yet. "How's Cole?" he asked suddenly. The spatula froze midair. She turned slowly. "Cole? Your coworker, right? You mentioned him once." "Oh, yeah, he's fine. Haven't seen him in a while, though." "Lie." Logan sipped again. "Cool." Rachel smiled, but her eyes flickered. She changed the subject fast, asked about work, the neighbor's dog, the nursery colors. But her voice had shifted. The tone was different now, too upbeat, like she was performing. Like she knew he was watching and wanted to distract him from whatever was broken. And it was broken. All of it. Logan didn't press further. He just watched. Later that day, she called him from her car. "Babe, I left my charger at home. Can you grab it?" He walked into the bedroom to find it, and instead found a second phone, stuffed in the lining of her gym bag. No password. Just desperation. He opened the texts. "Cole, he still doesn't know. We're good. Rachel, I think he suspects something. Play it cool. Cole, we're almost free." Logan stared at the screen, a question burning behind his clenched jaw. How long have they been planning this? And what exactly were they planning to be free from? The framed ultrasound on Rachel's nightstand used to feel special to Logan. She'd handed it to him with teary eyes, saying, "Look at our baby. Perfect little peanut." But now, Logan stared at it and wondered, who was she really looking at when she smiled that day? He zoomed in on the print. A handwritten note at the bottom said, "To my miracle baby, love, Mom," and the other name was smudged. He picked it up and turned it over. Nothing else. But then he remembered something. Rachel had posted the same photo online weeks ago. Logan opened her Instagram. It had been wiped recently. Clean feed. No ultrasound. So he opened a cached image viewer, pulling up saved versions. There it was. The original photo. Same caption. Same image. But this one was tagged, "Love, Mom and Cole." The caption had been edited later. The tags removed. He sat still for a moment. No expression. Just breathing. Then, quietly, he took the photo off the nightstand and slipped it into his coat pocket. That night, as Rachel sat beside him watching TV, Logan turned to her casually. "Hey, Rach, why'd you take down the ultrasound post?" She blinked. "I didn't. I mean, maybe I did. I wanted to keep stuff private." "Even from me?" She laughed nervously. "No, silly." He turned back to the screen and nodded. "Just curious." She didn't ask why he brought it up, because deep down, she already knew the storm was coming. But she had no idea how quiet Logan's storms could be. It was 2:11 a.m. when Logan's phone buzzed. A text from their neighbor, Chris. "Hey man, sorry if this is out of line, but I thought you should see this." Something about it felt off. Attached, a 15-second video clip from Chris's porch cam. Logan tapped it. The footage showed his own driveway. Rachel was standing there, in a hoodie and pajama pants. Hair tied. Smiling. She looked happy. Laughing. Playfully swatting someone on the arm. The man wasn't fully in frame, but a brief turn revealed part of his face and the unmistakable glint of a Rolex Submariner. Gold and silver. Same one from Cole's Instagram. She was laughing like a teenager in love. Logan stared at the screen. No rage. No shouting. Just confirmation. He got up, walked downstairs, and poured himself a glass of water. The kitchen was cold. Silent. But inside him, something darker was forming. Not grief. Not even heartbreak. It was strategy. The next morning, Logan showed Rachel the video. Chris said someone was outside. "You hear anything?" Rachel looked at the clip and shrugged. That was just Ashley's brother. He dropped off stuff for the shower. Logan nodded. "Nice watch." She blinked. "What?" "Never mind." He kissed her cheek. "Thanks for breakfast." She smiled back, visibly shaken. For the first time, she was starting to wonder if Logan knew. And he did. He just wasn't finished watching her lie yet. The moment came without warning. Rachel was rushing out for a brunch meeting with her sister. Hair half done, heels in one hand, phone in the other. "Crap, can you grab my water bottle?" she yelled from the front door. Logan grabbed it from the kitchen. She took it, kissed his cheek, and sped off, leaving her phone behind on the kitchen counter. Unlocked. Logan stood still. The moral part of his mind whispered not to. But the man she was trying to betray had already been erased from her story. So he picked it up. No need for guesswork. There was a hidden folder marked Drafts. Inside, baby shower scripts. Notes for the story they'd tell people. Even a message. If Logan finds out early, just say you were scared he'd leave. Cry. He'll forgive you eventually. But that wasn't the worst of it. He found another hidden app, a secondary chat platform. And there, between her and Cole, Rachel. He kissed my stomach last night. I felt sick. Cole. He's too soft to do anything. Rachel. Not when he finds out the baby's not his. Logan froze. The sentence felt like a dagger between his ribs. He set the phone down quietly, then washed his hands. Calm. Cold. Controlled. If they thought he was too soft, they had no idea what silence could destroy. Logan stared at the velvet box in his hand. It looked like a piece of jewelry, something romantic, something sentimental. That was the point. He presented it to Rachel after dinner. She looked surprised. What's this? Just a little something, he said, smiling. Inside was a rose gold bracelet with a slim metallic finish. Elegant. Feminine. Expensive looking. Her eyes lit up. Logan, it's beautiful. She slid it onto her wrist. It tracks your sleep and stress levels, he added. You've been working so hard lately. I just thought it could help you rest better. She hugged him tightly. You're amazing. You know that. He kissed her forehead, but he didn't tell her everything. Because that bracelet also had GPS tracking, audio sync, and could pair with his private monitoring app. By the time she went to sleep that night, humming softly in bed, Logan was already testing the audio in the garage clear. She had no idea her own heartbeat was now synced to the rhythm of her deception. Logan wasn't just watching anymore. He was listening, and he was recording every second. It was around 3 a.m. when Logan got the notification. Rachel's bracelet was still. She was asleep. He quietly opened her laptop, one she rarely used now, and pulled up her chat archives. A forgotten account on an old group messaging platform was still logged in. The name of the group? Baby Bennett Bash, private members, Rachel, Cole, Ashley, her best friend, Tiffany, Cole's sister. The chat was a minefield. Rachel, Logan still thinks it's his. I'm scared to lie, but Cole says we're almost through. Ashley, just get through the shower. Then go slow. Tell Logan you're unhappy, act confused. Cole, the story needs to be tight. No leaks. I'll handle the press if it ever hits. The press? He kept scrolling. Screenshotted everything. Then paused at one message from Ashley. Do not leave the printed invites at home again. If Logan sees them, it's game over. Logan grinned bitterly. Too late. He created a backup of the chat, uploaded it to a secure drive, and zipped the file under a folder labeled Postpartum Resources. By sunrise, he had every lie in one place. And he had something else too, leverage. Logan never liked Sunday brunches at Rachel's parents' house, but he showed up with his usual smile, wearing a button-down, holding fresh flowers for her mom. Rachel beamed beside him, playing the perfect wife. Her father cracked jokes. Her mother poured tea and doted on her growing belly. You're glowing, sweetheart, her mom said. Cole must be spoiling you rotten. Logan didn't flinch, but Rachel's smile cracked for half a second. She laughed it off. Mom, what are you talking about? Oh, don't be shy. You said Cole's been helping with everything lately. You even told me he picked out the crib. Rachel's eyes darted to Logan, just for a second. That was a while ago. Oh, my mistake. Her mother chuckled, sipping tea. The table fell quiet. Logan leaned back and smiled. Cole has good taste, though. Maybe I should meet him sometime. Rachel's fork clinked hard against her plate. Later, in the car, she was tense. I didn't tell my mom anything. She must have misunderstood. Yeah, Logan said. People do that sometimes. Silence stretched between them. She fiddled with the bracelet, unaware it was tracking every anxious breath. Then she said something she hadn't in weeks. Do you still love me? Logan looked straight ahead. More than you'll ever know. Rachel was glowing. She wore a cream-colored maternity dress, curled her hair into soft waves, and dabbed just enough blush to look like the perfect mother-to-be. She posed for pictures with friends, laughed politely at her father's jokes, and hugged Logan's mother like a daughter. She even placed Logan's hand over her belly during one photo and whispered, "Feel that?" Our little miracle kicked. He smiled for the camera. But in his mind, he was back in the chat logs. Back in that dark corner of the app where she called him a burden. A mistake. Where she said Cole made her feel alive. So he smiled again. Polished. Gentle. Empty. This would be the last time she ever made him look like a fool in public. Later that evening, Logan sat beside her on the couch while she scrolled through baby shower RSVPs. You know what's crazy? She said, sipping ginger tea. All these people coming, and not one of them knows what we've been through. He tilted his head. What have we been through, exactly? Rachel blinked. You know, the miscarriage last year. The stress. The job changes. Just life. Logan nodded. Right. He leaned in and kissed her temple. Sometimes it's not what we go through that breaks us. It's what we hide from. Rachel didn't answer. And Logan didn't need her to. Because now the countdown had started. Logan had always been a meticulous man. The kind who labeled folders and paid bills early. The kind who made digital backups of everything, even when things were fine. That habit was paying off now. In his home office, with the door locked and headphones in, Logan began collecting every digital footprint Rachel ever left behind. Emails, messages, cloud backups, calendar events, deleted text fragments. Even the innocuous ones told a story. Rachel had synced her photos to a shared cloud drive 3 months ago and forgot about it. He found selfies in Cole's apartment, a restaurant menu she never mentioned. A beach weekend she said was for a wellness retreat. He downloaded everything, organized it into a master file labeled Betrayal Evidence, Phase 1. Then he moved on to Cole. Cole had multiple social profiles, most public. A little vanity, Logan thought, would be his downfall. He traced check-ins, matches locations with Rachel's calendar, tracked hashtags, even dug into Cole's financials. His real estate license renewal had lapsed. Multiple civil complaints filed. He was sloppy, and Logan was patient. He built a timeline that could hold up in court. And when it was ready, he called a name he hadn't used in years. Aaron, it's Logan. I need your kind of legal help. This isn't divorce. It's war. Aaron Turner wasn't just a lawyer. He was a shark. 10 years ago, Logan helped Aaron's brother out of a criminal charge with expert testimony. Aaron owed him big, and Logan never called in the favor. Until now. They met in a dark, quiet bar downtown. Low music, no cameras. Logan laid out the timeline, the documents, the chats. Everything. Aaron leaned back, whistling low. She's either bold as hell or the dumbest woman alive. Logan said nothing. And the other guy? This Cole. Aaron tapped the table. I can bury him. I don't want them buried, Logan said. Aaron raised an eyebrow. I want them exposed, Logan continued. I want them to lose credibility, respect, relationships, jobs, and I want full custody. Aaron smirked. We'll start with financial discovery, and I'll need copies of every device you've accessed. If we play this right, she'll beg for mercy before court even starts. Logan nodded. She won't see it coming. As Logan stood to leave, Aaron added, You sure you still want the kid? Knowing all this. Logan paused, then said, That child didn't ask to be born into betrayal. I'll give it the one thing it never had, a father who won't lie. Ashley Carter had always been Rachel's closest friend, and Logan never fully trusted her. She was loyal, yes, but only when it served her. The kind of person who held secrets like currency. That's why Logan chose her first. He found her outside her yoga studio, sipping a protein shake and checking her phone. She jumped a little when he called her name. Logan, wow. Everything okay? Got a minute? Ashley hesitated. Depends on the question. Logan smiled. Let's take a walk. 5 minutes in, he handed her an envelope. Screenshots, chat transcripts, timestamped photos. Ashley's face turned pale. I didn't know she said she was going to come clean before or after the baby she told me was mine. Logan asked, calm but cold. Ashley's lips trembled. I told her this would blow up. I said it would crush you. But you helped anyway. She's my best friend. Not anymore. Ashley looked away, tears welling. What are you going to do? I'm going to give her what she wanted. A beautiful, unforgettable baby shower. Ashley's eyes snapped up. You're still going through with it? Absolutely, Logan said. smiling. But this time, I'll be sending out the invitations. Rachel was glowing again, fresh from a spa day Ashley had scheduled. She kissed Logan on the cheek when she got home and called the day perfect. Logan told her he was going out to run errands. Instead, he drove across town to an upscale bar. Cole Bennett was already there, cocky smile, expensive whiskey, and that same damn Rolex. Logan, he said, standing. Didn't expect this call. Logan extended a hand. We both love Rachel. Let's toast to keeping things civil. Cole raised a brow, then shrugged and clinked glasses. What's this about? Logan leaned forward. She doesn't know we've spoken. Let's keep it that way. Agreed. I want peace for the baby's sake. Cole chuckled. You're a better man than I am. No, Logan said flatly. Just smarter. Cole laughed again, oblivious. Logan slid him a sealed envelope. Legal notice. Read it after I leave. You'll understand. What's in it? Options, Logan said, standing up. One of them involves the state bar reviewing your past 3 transactions. Cole's smile dropped. Thanks for the drink, Logan said, walking away. Behind him, Cole opened the envelope, and his confidence died on page 1. Rachel was in the nursery that night, humming as she folded tiny onesies and arranged diapers. Logan stood in the hallway, holding his phone connected to the bracelet's live audio stream. He listened in silence as Rachel called someone. Hey. Yeah, it's okay to talk. He's downstairs. It was Cole. Logan stepped back into the shadows. I don't know what's going on, she whispered. He's being sweet. Too sweet. It's freaking me out. Pause. No, he hasn't said anything. But I feel like he's watching me. Logan pressed record. Rachel continued. Just hold on until the shower. After that, we'll tell him. Together. Another pause. Then a laugh. I swear, if this works, I'll owe you everything. Logan ended the recording. Not out of guilt. Not out of mercy. Out of satisfaction. Because now he had her voice, her lies, her plan, in her own words. And he was going to play it loud. Just not yet. First, he'd let her believe the plan was working. Then, he'd take it all apart, right in front of everyone she loved. It was buried at the back of the closet, wedged between old shoes and folded scarves, inside a zipped leather planner Logan had seen 100 times but never opened. Until now. Rachel had gone to a prenatal massage with Ashley. Logan had 2 full hours alone. He unzipped the planner slowly. Inside was a worn journal. Pages dog-eared, ink faded. But the writing was unmistakable, Rachel's loopy cursive, always with little hearts above her eyes. He flipped through the entries. I'm drowning in boredom. Logan's too predictable. Too soft. Cole makes me feel dangerous. Alive. The baby will anchor me to the truth. And Logan will never know. If this goes south, I'll say I was overwhelmed. That it was postpartum. Logan stared at the last line, his fingers tightening around the pages. She had a script. A way out. Even before the truth broke. He closed the journal, his hands surprisingly steady. Not once did she mention love. Or guilt. Or even doubt. Just control. This wasn't weakness. This was premeditated. Logan walked back to his office, placed the journal in a sealed envelope, and added it to the growing stack labeled evidence. The house was under Logan's name. So was the car. The savings account was joint until last week. Logan had spent hours with his financial advisor. By the time Rachel returned from her massage, humming like nothing had changed, Logan had already removed her from all shared accounts, changed the insurance beneficiary, rewritten his will to allocate guardianship to his brother. Not her locked down the deed with a protection clause she wouldn't know. Not yet. That night, as she cuddled against him in bed, rubbing her belly and whispering baby names, Logan stared at the ceiling. Eli, she said. If it's a boy. He nodded. You like it? It's strong. He turned to her, brushing her hair back gently. I want this child to grow up with integrity, he said. No matter what happens. Rachel smiled, touched. He will. Logan smiled too. She thought he was talking about her. He wasn't. Cole was spiraling. Logan could see it. He stopped posting on social media. His property listings disappeared. His name vanished from the company website. Logan had sent the anonymous packet last week, evidence of unethical client deals, messages that implied harassment, and questionable side contracts. It had been enough. But Logan wasn't finished. He emailed Cole a burner message. I hear Miami's nice this time of year. New beginnings are good for men like you. Try real estate down there. If you're smart, you'll leave quietly before the shower. No signature. No trace. Just a warning. That same night, Logan and Rachel had dinner with Ashley and her boyfriend. Rachel was glowing again. Logan's been amazing, she said. He's planning half the shower now. Ashley laughed awkwardly. That's very involved of him. Rachel leaned in. It's like he's reborn. He's different lately. Ashley met Logan's gaze across the table. He raised his glass. To new beginnings. Ashley's eyes widened slightly. She knew something was coming. Rachel didn't. But Logan? Logan was ready to detonate everything with style. The neighborhood brunch was packed. Couples laughed. Children played in the yard. Rachel floated from table to table, a drink in one hand, the other resting proudly on her belly. Compliments followed her like perfume. You're glowing, Rachel. Is Logan always this sweet? I can't wait to see baby Mitchell. Logan stood near the back, chatting with the host, drink in hand. Smiling. Relaxed. But he was watching. He saw the way Rachel's smile tightened when someone asked if they'd picked godparents. He noticed how her fingers trembled slightly when Logan mentioned that Cole might swing by the shower if he was still in town. Oh, she replied, voice cracking. I didn't know you invited him. I didn't, Logan said, sipping calmly. But you did. Remember. Rachel laughed too quickly. Right. Yeah, just forgot. Ashley, standing nearby, gave Logan a glance, nervous, questioning. Logan smiled back, slow and silent. Later that night, Rachel climbed into bed first. Logan stayed downstairs a little longer, replaying audio from her bracelet. She'd called Tiffany, Cole's sister, during the drive home. He's up to something. I can feel it. Cole said he's pulling away. What if he knows? Keep calm, Tiffany said. He's just nesting. All dads get weird before the baby arrives. Rachel sighed. I just want this to go smoothly. I don't want drama. Not with everyone watching. Logan closed the app. Everyone would be watching, all right. Especially at the baby shower. Logan installed the last hidden camera in the garage ceiling. It was angled perfectly, low enough to catch faces, high enough not to be noticed. Disguised inside an old smoke detector. It wasn't paranoia. It was control. That same afternoon, Rachel invited Ashley and Tiffany over. Logan went for a run, but stayed parked 2 blocks away, live streaming the feed from his phone. Inside the house, the conversation was light, at first. But 20 minutes in, the tone shifted. Ashley whispered, he's been acting strange. Rachel poured tea. I know. He's sweet, but it's like he's playing sweet. It feels off. Tiffany leaned in. You think he's onto it? Rachel exhaled. I don't know. I've been sleeping with my phone. I triple-check everything. But his eyes, he's looking through me now. Ashley said nothing. Rachel continued. If he finds out before the shower, he'll leave. If we make it past the shower, I'll control the narrative. Logan listened, face blank. They still thought he was behind. That was good. Let them think that. It happened on a quiet Wednesday night. Logan was reading in bed when Rachel walked in, glowing, a blanket around her shoulders. She climbed in beside him and whispered, feel this. She took his hand, guided it to her belly. And there it was, an undeniable little thump beneath the skin. A baby. Life. Movement. Real. Logan looked at her. For a second, everything he knew blurred. Rachel smiled softly. That's our boy. He didn't answer. Just stared. Her face fell. You're so distant lately. Talk to me. He slid his hand away. I'm just tired. Of me. Of pretending. She blinked. What do you mean? Logan looked her straight in the eye. I mean, we both know this isn't the life you wanted. And we both know I'm not the man you've been whispering to at night. She froze. I don't know what you're, don't, he said sharply. Then lowered his voice again. I'm not here to fight, Rachel. I'm here to finish what you started. Her eyes welled with tears. Logan, please. He stood up, grabbed his pillow, and walked toward the guest room. You still have a few days. Use them wisely. He closed the door behind him. Rachel collapsed on the bed, holding her belly. And outside the room, hidden in the hallway, Logan's second phone recorded everything. Aaron Turner showed up in a charcoal gray suit and no tie, sleeves rolled up like he was preparing for surgery. Rachel was out. Logan made sure of that. Aaron sat across from him in the kitchen, flipping through a thick file. "She's toast," he muttered, scanning page after page. "Timeline's tight. Fraud is clear. Emotional damages? That'll be easy." Logan nodded once. Aaron looked up. "But it's still not too late to settle this quietly. We can serve her after the baby." "No," Logan said calmly. "It ends at the shower." Aaron raised an eyebrow. "Public?" "Very." Aaron smirked. "You always were the polite assassin type." Logan didn't smile. "I want it legal, sharp, undeniable," he said. "She needs to lose more than the marriage. I want custody. I want Cole's name burned into HR files nationwide. And I want a moment that she'll replay every time she looks at that child." Aaron leaned back, impressed. "We'll be ready. I'll get court filings prepped by Sunday. Restraining orders, custody motion, fraud complaint." Logan stood. "Send the formal documents to her on Monday morning." "What about the informal message?" Logan picked up a silver box from the counter. Inside, the printed baby shower invitation, the ultrasound photo with Cole still tagged, and a flash drive. "She'll open this in front of everyone." Aaron nodded. "She'll never see it coming." And that's exactly how Logan wanted it. It started small. She overcooked dinner. She forgot to respond to an RSVP. She left the fridge door open and snapped at Logan when he mentioned it. "I'm not sleeping well," she muttered, clutching her stomach. "You're always so cold lately." "I'm doing this alone." Logan didn't respond. He just handed her a blanket. That night, she stood at the bedroom door, watching him lay down in the guest room. "You said we'd raise this child together." "We will," he said without looking up. "Until we don't." She walked away, trembling. The next morning, Logan returned from a jog to find her in the nursery, sitting on the floor, crying quietly. Toys scattered around her. Tiny baby shoes in her lap. He stood in the doorway. "You okay?" She didn't look up. "I don't know who I am anymore," she whispered. "I made mistakes. I was scared. I thought I could fix it before it blew up." "Fix what?" Logan asked. Rachel turned, eyes wide. He didn't move. "I didn't mean to hurt you," she said. "You've been better than I ever deserved." He nodded once. "That's true." She crawled toward him, slow. "If I told you everything right now, could you forgive me?" Logan crouched, stared into her teary eyes. "No," he said. Rachel choked a breath. "Then why are you still here?" He leaned in close, voice like a whisper. "Because I want to see the look on your face when you realize." I already knew. That evening, while Rachel showered, Logan made the final preparations. He logged into the printing service, accessed the baby shower invite files, and uploaded a new version. It looked identical. Same colors, same font, same smiling elephants in gold accents. Except this time, the bottom line read, "Celebrate with Rachel and Logan, and welcome baby Cole to the world." He printed 50 copies, mailed them to the closest family and friends, hand-delivered 5 of them to guests she'd see before the weekend. Rachel wouldn't notice. She hadn't checked the RSVP email in days. Logan had quietly rerouted it to a new inbox. Ashley messaged him a single line after receiving hers. "You're insane." "I love it." He replied only with, "Show up early. Bring your phone. It's showtime." When Rachel came downstairs, towel over her shoulders, glowing with post-shower peace, she found Logan in the living room lighting candles. "Date night?" she smiled. "Something like that." She laughed, stepping closer. "You're making it hard not to fall in love with you all over again." Logan took her hand, kissed her knuckles gently. "You'll fall all right." He just didn't say which way. The baby shower was flawless. Balloon arches, gold streamers, a cake shaped like a baby elephant with blue frosting inside. Soft jazz played under a rented white tent in the backyard. Logan stood by the gift table, wearing a pale blue button-up and a calm, practiced smile. He greeted every guest, hugged a few, posed for photos with Rachel, and kissed her cheek like the devoted father-to-be. Rachel looked radiant, confident, in control. She had no idea what was coming. Logan had everything set, the silver box gift-wrapped and placed front and center. Inside, the ultrasound printout with Cole's name. The fake invitation reprint. A flash drive loaded with screenshots. One button. One video. Ashley arrived early, just as instructed. Her whisper was tight. You sure you want to do this here? Logan. She chose the audience. Ashley. This is brutal. Logan glanced at the crowd. So was lying to a man for 9 months straight. Ashley swallowed. Okay. At 3:17 p.m., Logan made the call to Aaron. Get to the courthouse. File it all. Aaron, it's done. Time it right. Rachel clinked her glass for attention. I just want to thank everyone for being here today, she said sweetly. This baby has been a journey, and Logan, you've been my rock. Everyone applauded. Logan stepped up beside her, arm around her waist, then leaned into the mic. I'd like to open one gift early, if that's okay. Rachel smiled wide. Sure. He lifted the silver box and handed it to her. Rachel looked confused. This one wasn't on the table earlier, she said, laughing nervously. No, Logan replied. It was saved, just for you. Rachel peeled back the silver wrapping with laughter in her voice and 1,000 eyes on her. The room went quiet when she opened the lid. She froze. Inside was a printed copy of the edited baby shower invitation, the ultrasound photo original, with Love, Mom and Cole, a sleek silver flash drive, labeled, Play Me. Rachel blinked hard. Her hand trembled as she pulled out the items, scanning each one. Her lips parted, but no sound came out. What is this? She asked, voice cracking. Logan stepped up beside her. Truth. He turned to the crowd. Some of you don't know me well, but those who do know I don't make scenes. I solve problems. He pulled out his phone and tapped play on the connected speaker. Rachel's voice filled the air. He kissed my stomach last night. I felt sick. He's too soft to do anything. Not when he finds out the baby's not his. Gasps. One woman dropped her wine glass. Rachel's father stepped forward in confusion. Rachel's face went completely white. Logan, please, she whispered. But he wasn't done. Another clip played. After the shower, we'll tell him. Together. Logan held up a hand. That's enough. He turned to Rachel, who was visibly shaking now. I loved you. But you didn't just betray me. You planned it. You performed it. The crowd stood in stunned silence. And now, I'm done being silent. He reached into his jacket and pulled out a sealed envelope. Your official notice. Custody, divorce, and fraud charges are on their way. And before you ask, yes, the video was live streamed. He stepped back. Rachel fell to her knees, clutching her belly, gasping for breath. Logan didn't leave immediately. He waited, because there was still one more lot left to destroy. Just as Rachel's mother helped her to her feet, a phone started ringing. It was Tiffany, Cole's sister. Rachel picked up. She didn't speak, just listened. Her face drained of what little color remained. She turned slowly toward Logan. You knew, didn't you? Logan's expression didn't change. Knew what? She whispered, that Cole cheated on me too. A murmur spread through the room. Ashley stepped forward. She locked eyes with Rachel. I'm sorry, she said. I didn't plan it. He came to me when you pushed him away. It wasn't love. It was survival. Rachel looked like she might collapse. Logan turned to the stunned crowd and spoke clearly. You all deserve to know who you were celebrating. He looked down at Rachel one last time. Your secret's out. Your baby isn't mine. Your story is finished. And with that, he walked out the door. Not broken. Not angry. Free. The morning after the baby shower was silent. No texts. No calls. Just the bitter quiet that follows detonation. Logan sat in his attorney's office while Erin laid the final pieces on the table. She signed your name on 3 insurance forms, Erin said, flipping through copies. Hospital intake. Parental acknowledgement. Health coverage. She knew I wasn't the father, Logan said flat. She did it anyway. Erin nodded. That's medical fraud. We can press criminal charges if you want to. Logan stared at the documents. Rachel's signature. His forged one beside it. He thought about all those nights she smiled at him like nothing was wrong. Every doctor visit she let him pay for. Every appointment she said he didn't need to attend. She didn't just lie, he said coldly. She used me. Erin leaned forward. You want to go public? Or private? Logan stood. We go legal first. Then I go personal. Rachel, meanwhile, was trapped in her childhood bedroom. Her parents had refused to let her go back to the house. Her mother wouldn't speak. Her father couldn't even look at her. "Mom, please, he ambushed me." I was going to tell him. But her mother only said, "He gave you every chance to come clean. And you used his kindness to lie." Rachel cried until her voice broke. Then her phone buzzed. Unknown number. One message. "The hospital knows. So does your employer. You have 24 hours to come clean, or I will." Her hands shook as she read it again. She'd lost Logan. Now she was about to lose everything else. Logan didn't even flinch when the officer called. He simply replied, "I'll be there." At 2:15 p.m., police arrived at the Mitchell family home with a warrant. Rachel came to the door in sweatpants and a baggy hoodie, her hair unbrushed, her face pale. "Rachel Mitchell?" the officer asked. "Yes. You're being placed under arrest for insurance fraud, falsifying legal documents, and misrepresentation of paternity for medical benefit." What are you talking about?" she gasped, looking around. "Ma'am, please turn around." As the cuffs clicked around her wrists, her mother gasped and stepped back. "Please." "I'm pregnant," Rachel cried. "You'll be treated accordingly," the officer said, firm but neutral. Rachel turned back toward her parents, tears streaming. "Tell him I'm sorry. Tell Logan, please. I didn't mean." The door closed. Inside the police car, she broke completely. She hadn't just lost a husband. She'd lost her freedom. Logan stood calmly outside the courtroom steps, reading the official document in his hand. Temporary guardianship motion, granted. Inside, Rachel's legal team scrambled to build a defense. She had no money left, no job, no property, no alibi, and now, no voice. Because Logan had filed for full custody. Rachel's defense rested on one fragile plea. She was overwhelmed, emotionally unstable, under pressure. But Logan's lawyer had recorded phone calls, documents, video, intent. The judge didn't even hesitate. Pending further investigation, primary custody is awarded to Logan Mitchell. All parental rights of Rachel Mitchell are temporarily suspended. Outside the courthouse, Logan stood beneath a gray sky, watching the clouds gather. He felt no joy, no celebration, just peace. For the first time in months, he could breathe. Behind him, reporters scrambled for quotes. "Mr. Mitchell, is it true the baby isn't yours? Do you regret staying as long as you did? Will you press for permanent custody?" He turned to them and said one thing. This was never about revenge. This was about truth. Then he walked down the steps, head high, heart clear. It should have ended at the arrest. But one final twist waited in the files Logan's lawyer had pulled from the hospital system. He stared at the screen. Surrogacy confirmation form, signed by Rachel Mitchell and donor CBCB. Cole Bennett. The baby wasn't just not his, it wasn't hers either. Logan picked up the phone, called Aaron. "What am I looking at?" Aaron's voice was calm. "Rachel couldn't carry naturally after her miscarriage. She never told you, did she?" "No, the baby was born through a surrogate. Genetically, it belongs to Cole and an anonymous egg donor." Rachel lied to everyone. Logan sat back. It wasn't just betrayal anymore. It was identity theft. A staged motherhood. A fully fabricated life. "She built this whole thing on lies," Logan said. "And now there's a child in the middle of it." Aaron nodded. "You're still listed as guardian. It's your choice." Logan didn't hesitate. "He stays with me. He deserves better." 2 weeks later, Logan stood outside a quiet suburban home with a social worker and a sealed envelope. The door opened. A woman, early 30s, auburn hair, soft eyes, stared at him with confusion. "Yes. Are you Madison Pierce?" "Yes. Can I help you?" "I'm here about a child. Born 7 weeks ago. You were the registered surrogate." Her face went pale. "Oh my God, is he okay?" "He's fine. He's safe. But there's more." He handed her the folder. She opened it, skimmed the documents, then dropped into a chair on her porch. "I didn't know." She told me it was for her and her husband, that they were rebuilding after a loss. Logan sat beside her. "She staged it all. Lied to both of us." Madison's voice cracked. "That child, he's mine. Biologically, no. Legally, possibly. But emotionally, he needs something else entirely." "What do you mean?" "He needs honesty. You and I are the only ones in this story who didn't lie. She looked up at him, slowly. Are you raising him? Yes. And do you want to keep him? I don't know, Logan admitted. But I won't let him fall into another lie. Madison wiped her eyes. Then maybe we can figure it out, together. It didn't take long after the media storm. Once the baby shower clip went viral, someone from Cole's old firm in Dallas forwarded anonymous documents to local authorities. Fraud, misrepresentation, tax evasion, real estate scams. Logan's lawyer had quietly tipped off a federal investigator. One morning, while Cole was boarding a flight to Miami, Homeland Security picked him up. He never made it to the gate. Rachel found out through a news article on a broken laptop in her court-appointed halfway house. Former real estate agent arrested at Denver Airport faces federal charges. She stared at the screen, blinking slowly. Cole hadn't called, hadn't visited, hadn't answered a single message. And now he was gone too. She was alone. Utterly. Finally. Alone. She collapsed into a folding chair and held her belly. Except there was no baby anymore. No house. No husband. No parents. No Cole. Just silence. And karma, ringing louder than any doorbell ever had. It started as a quiet upload on a Monday morning. Just a link. A short, crisp, 6-minute highlight reel titled, "The Baby Shower That Ended a Marriage Betrayal Caught on Tape." The video showed Rachel's confident speech, Logan's calm reveal, the flash drive playback, her crumbling, word by word, frame by frame. It didn't need captions. It didn't need commentary. Within hours, it had 200,000 views. Within days, 5.8 million. Reddit called it the coldest revenge in baby shower history. Twitter turned Logan into a quiet folk hero. The comments were a mix of horror, admiration, and stunned applause. This man dropped a tactical nuke wrapped in blue ribbon. He didn't yell. He didn't curse. He exposed. Iconic. I hope he writes a book. Logan didn't respond to any of it. He didn't even log in. He spent that day in the nursery, just sitting, watching the baby sleep. The internet could talk. But Logan? He was finally breathing again. Rachel arrived at the school board office looking half-human, hair tied in a messy bun, oversized hoodie, sunglasses hiding swollen eyes. The HR rep didn't offer her a chair. We received complaints from multiple parents, she said flatly. Your name is attached to a video seen by half the country. Rachel said nothing. The board has voted unanimously. You're officially removed from the faculty list. Effective immediately. I built that curriculum, Rachel whispered. I gave them everything. The HR rep stared at her. Then you shouldn't have built your life on a lie. Rachel signed the papers with shaking hands. When she stepped outside, the wind hit hard. She sat on the curb in the parking lot, stared at her car keys, and cried without a sound. It wasn't just the job. It was the truth. Everything she touched had turned to ash. Ashley stood in Logan's doorway holding a sealed envelope and an apology that looked too heavy for her shoulders. I don't expect forgiveness, she said. But you should have this. Logan took the envelope and opened it slowly. Inside were chat screenshots, new ones. Rachel and Tiffany. Plotting. Ashley's soft. She won't say anything if we pretend it was Cole's idea. Get her drunk. Make her feel guilty. She'll keep her mouth shut. Logan read every word. Ashley was trembling. I didn't know they were going to throw me under like that, she said. I swear. Logan looked up and nodded. I believe you, he said quietly. Ashley exhaled like she'd been holding her breath for weeks. I've got a clean place, she added. If you need a sitter while you rebuild. Logan looked toward the nursery. The baby was asleep in the crib. Then he turned back to Ashley. I might take you up on that. She smiled gently. I was a terrible friend, she said. You were scared, Logan replied. Now you're trying to fix it. Is that enough? Logan thought for a long moment, then said, It's a start. The knock on Logan's door came just after 8 a.m. He opened it to find Mr. and Mrs. Hale, Rachel's parents, standing in silence. Her mother held a folded baby blanket. Her father didn't look like a man coming to defend his daughter. We'd like to speak with you, he said. Logan stepped aside. Coffee. They shook their heads. Inside, they sat on the edge of the couch like strangers in their own past. We watched the video, Rachel's mother said quietly. All of it. Logan waited. Her father cleared his throat. I want to apologize. Forever defending her. Forever doubting you. His voice cracked. I raised a daughter who knew better. Logan stared at him for a long second. You raised a daughter. She made her choices. Her mother placed the blanket down. If you'll let us, we'd like to be part of his life. The babies. He may not be Rachel's by blood, but he deserves family. Logan leaned forward. You'll never speak to him about her, he said. Not unless he asks. And if you do, tell him the truth. Mrs. Hale nodded, tearful. We can live with that. Mr. Hale stood. We lost our daughter. We'd rather not lose our grandson too. Logan extended a hand. The shake was quiet, firm, and real. A new line had been drawn. And this time, it was earned. It was supposed to be a podcast episode about betrayal. One of those popular segments that dissect modern relationships, lies, healing. Logan didn't care about going viral. But what he cared about was clarity. So he sat across from the host, mic clipped, camera rolling. You're a national symbol now, the host said. The guy who exposed his cheating wife at her own baby shower. What made you do it that way? Logan didn't blink. Because yelling behind closed doors lets people pretend it never happened. The host leaned in. And the baby? The child that wasn't yours? Logan looked into the lens. He's not mine by blood. But I'm still the first man who held him, who fed him, who stayed. The host smiled. Some say you're a better man than most. I'm not better, Logan replied. Just awake. He paused. Betrayal doesn't break you. It reveals what you were willing to endure for love. A moment of silence followed. The host ended with, if Rachel ever watched this, what would you say to her? Logan turned his eyes directly into the camera. Thank you for freeing me. It hit every local station. Real estate agent linked to viral baby shower scandal indicted on federal fraud charges mugshot. Headline. Court date. The man who once wore Rolexes and played family man in Rachel's secret life now sat behind bars awaiting trial for crimes long before he ever met her. But Logan wasn't surprised. Because long before the baby shower, he'd hired a private investigator. A quiet one. One who had connected the dots Rachel never bothered to check. And now? Cole's real estate license was revoked. His accounts frozen. His face smeared across YouTube thumbnails and TikTok duets. Rachel watched it unfold from the halfway house TV, surrounded by women with broken stories of their own. She didn't cry this time. She didn't scream. She just whispered the truth to herself. I lost everything for a man who never intended to stay. And the worst part? No one felt sorry for her anymore. The room smelled like bleach and second chances no one ever took. Flickering lights. Peeling wallpaper. A rattling air conditioner that only worked when you kicked it hard enough. Rachel stared at the cracked mirror above the sink. She'd pawned her bracelet 2 weeks ago. Sold the car. Burned through her emergency savings in under 5 days. Now she was living off halfway house vouchers and motel breakfasts. The baby she never birthed was being raised by the man she betrayed. The man who once kissed her forehead every night without fail. The man she lied to with her whole chest. She picked up her phone, trembling. Opened a blank message. Typed, Logan. I'm sorry. I don't want anything. Just wanted to say, I understand now. She hovered her thumb over send. Paused. Deleted it. Because forgiveness wasn't hers to request anymore. And even if she had the courage to say it, Logan didn't need it. The custody hearing wasn't about Rachel anymore. She was present, but more like a shadow than a threat. Thin, quiet, nodding when the judge addressed her. But Logan came with files. Dates. Screenshots. Witnesses. Aaron handled it masterfully. He's stable, Aaron said. He's provided since day one. He did not lie. He did not manipulate. He was lied to, and he still showed up. Rachel's attorney didn't object. There was nothing left to say. The judge looked at Rachel. Ms. Mitchell, do you contest the guardianship? She shook her head, eyes down. No, Your Honor. And do you understand this means forfeiting all future parental rights? Her voice was barely above a whisper. I do. The gavel hit the bench. Full legal custody is awarded to Mr. Logan Mitchell. Court adjourned. Outside, Logan walked down the steps into sunlight. Ashley was waiting near his car, holding the diaper bag. You okay? She asked softly. He looked up at the sky, then at her, then toward the future. I am now. The last loose end. The official, government-sealed DNA report came in the mail, white envelope, red stamp. Logan didn't need to open it. He already knew the baby wasn't his. But he opened it anyway, just to be sure. Paternal match, 0% maternal match, 0% Rachel had lied about everything, even carrying the child. It was cold. It was final. And it was freeing. He held the paper for a moment, then set it gently in a drawer labeled Truth. He walked into the nursery. The baby stirred at the sound of his footsteps, eyes still half shut. Logan picked him up slowly, cradled him against his chest. Not my blood, he whispered, but still mine. The baby gurgled, tucked into his shoulder. And just like that, the war was over. It happened quietly, not in a hospital, not with cameras or catered food or printed invitations. Just Logan, a soft lamp, a late-night bottle, and the baby in his arms. He didn't need blood ties or applause. He had something rare. Peace. The birth certificate had been updated. No Rachel. No Cole. Just a single line under parent one. Logan James Mitchell. He tucked the baby into the crib after a warm bath and a bedtime book. The child looked up at him, not confused, not afraid, just trusting. Logan leaned down and whispered, "You came from chaos, but I'll raise you in clarity." He turned off the light, kissed the baby's forehead, and walked out of the room. For the first time in months, he wasn't walking away from something. He was walking into something better. 2 weeks later, Logan did what he never thought he'd do. He visited Rachel. Not out of pity, out of completion. They sat across from each other in a supervised family center, him in a black jacket, her in a borrowed sweater and a gaze too heavy to lift. She spoke first. "I saw your interview." He said nothing. "I deserved everything you did, but I still think about him, the baby. Is he okay?" "He sleeps through the night now," Logan replied. "Laughs when I sing. Hates green beans." A fragile smile twitched across her face, then vanished. "I ruined it all, didn't I?" "No," Logan said. "You sold it all." Rachel's breath caught. He stood to leave. She looked up. "Logan," he paused. "I don't want anything," she said. "Just, someday, when he asks, don't tell him I was a monster." Logan stared at her for a long, quiet second. "I'll tell him you were lost. And I'll tell him I found him anyway." He turned, walked out, and never looked back again. The sun broke through the kitchen blinds like a promise. Logan stood at the stove, flipping pancakes, baby monitor clipped to his shirt. A giggle echoed down the hall. He smiled without realizing it. Later that morning, he took the baby to the park. While the child babbled and kicked his feet in the stroller, a woman nearby smiled at him, early 30s, calm eyes, kind smile. She waved gently. He waved back. Maybe, but for now. Logan sat on a park bench and looked out at the world with clear eyes. No guilt, no revenge, just a child in his arms and a future he chose. As the baby let out a high-pitched laugh and reached for his face, Logan said softly, "We don't need blood to be family." The baby grinned. And somewhere deep in Logan's chest, for the first time since the storm, he laughed too. And that's how the truth unfolded, layer by layer, lie by lie, until only one thing remained. Dignity. Logan didn't get revenge by yelling. He didn't fight fire with fire. He simply let karma speak louder than any scream. But tell me, what would you have done in Logan's place? Would you have walked away? Or burned everything down? Drop your answer in the comments. I read every one. And if the story hit you hard, made you feel something, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the bell icon so you never miss another twist-filled tale. More stories like this are coming. And trust me, they only get colder.